Welcome back to an extended UTV Live tonight. Earlier, we examined the performances of the 5 main party leaders in our election debate, which was televised at 9 o'clock. There will be other parties looking for your vote this day fortnight. Some of their leaders are with me in the studio. They are TUV leader Jim Allister, Stephen Agnew of the Green Party in Northern Ireland, Henry Riley of UKIP and Eamon McCann of People Before Profit. Jim Allister, as you canvass in North Antrim, what are you hearing on the doorsteps?
I'm hearing a constant theme that Stormont isn't working, that it isn't delivering, that we have watched spiralling unemployment up 150% under the DUP Sinn Féin coalition. We have seen an underfunded health service, yet money squandered. We can find 400 million to pour down the drain of north-south bodies that are utterly useless, deliver nothing for anyone, but we can't open a cancer unit in Oatnagelvin.
So
I hear, sorry, if I might, we hear constant complaint of the ruination of education, and what we saw earlier tonight from the 5 executive parties is an offer of more of the same. And what people are saying to me in the doorstep is, we can't go on like this. We need change. And obviously, if they vote for the parties that have given them this constant deadlock, this constant failure on the Stormont front, they will get more of the same. Or if they don't vote, they'll get more of the same. And therefore, the message that we have from in TUV resonates well in terms of saying we are the catalyst for change. We say Stormont must change. We must get an opposition. We must get injected to it the other fundamental of democracy, the right to vote a party out. And unless until we do, then we'll go on with more of the same. And more of the same isn't good enough. It isn't working.
Financial gravy train that has corrupted this process. And we have already clearly stated that we won't be part of that.
You will be shouting loudly, I'm sure, Jim Allister.
I would be making a rational case which needs to be made, because it is absolutely scandalous. It is now beyond belief that we live in a Western democracy and we are denied in our assembly the right to have an official opposition. But just as the voters on the 5th of May are denied the right to change their government.
If there isn't an official opposition, one thing is for certain: if you are at Stormont, you will certainly make your voice heard, but it would be convenient to do that
whether it's official or not, I can tell the people of Northern Ireland that if they elect TUV, there will be an opposition in Stormont. Whether those in the DUP coalition want it or not, there will be an opposition. And my oh my, we need an opposition. An opposition to expose the squander. Here we go. Here we go with gross underfunding in our health service, some of it politically motivated. And yet we can find 61 million to give to the GAA, 61 million to give to football when they only asked for 30, but we can't open the cancer unit. Here we go with the money down the drain of the north-south bodies. Here we go with no money for new factories, but 21 million to build the IRA shrine at the Maze. You know, those are the issues which need to be addressed if we're ever going to get our priorities right in terms of meeting the frontline needs on education, on health and on the economy.
But the TUV isn't going to be the party in government that is going to be making the changes that have to be made to reduce costs by $4 billion.
We will be holding to account those that are squandering hundreds of millions of pounds during the lifetime of the Assembly. And for the first time in Stormont, there will be a voice crying out against that and putting on the spot those who are squandering taxpayers' money in the ludicrous manner in which it has been squandered at present.
Briefly, before we move on, what is your view of reducing the number of MLAs and reducing the number of government posts?
We're 1.7 million people. We do not need 108 MLAs, 15 chauffeur-driven ministers, 19 special advisors, all the paraphernalia goes with it, an office of the Joint First Minister is bigger than the staff in the White House. And all of that needs to be culled. Right. And it is a scandal that while jobs, frontline jobs, are going to be lost across the country, the securest jobs are in Stormont, and the politicians are putting themselves before the people. That will have to change. Let's get it quite clear. We're electing a devolved assembly. We're electing it on the back of one that hasn't worked. We can't go on like this. We can't go on with a system which is simply a carve-up on a sectarian basis between Sinn Féin and the DUP. And we saw the coziness of the relationship tonight, Peter and I, from Martin McGuinness. We saw that Peter Robinson's ire was confined entirely to a fellow unionist. Not a whimper of rebuke for IRA Commander McGuinness. And yet this is the party that would have some voters believe that they're alarmed about their mate, their partner in government, McGuinness, becoming First Minister. You know, the hypocrisy of that is quite extent. But that's not what the people across Northern Ireland are looking for. They're looking for a system that delivers. They're looking for a system that can fix the economy, that can fix education after the ruination that Ruan has brought to it. What we had on offer from the other parties tonight in the earlier debate is more of the same. More of 4 more years of Katrina Ruan. That's what the DUP is offering us.
So what will you do?
Well, I am saying very simple. We should have an election to an assembly. Those who are elected with their mandates seek to agree what they can agree about education, about health, about the economy. Those that can agree a programme of government and command the necessary majority in the assembly, whoever they might be, govern. Those who can't form the opposition. That is democracy. Why have we not got basic functioning democracy? One reason and one reason only, because we have a system constructed to pander to IRA terrorism.